So what we're working towards at Sykes and Company is a real-time accounting file, so that all of your information is always up to date in real time. There are many good CPAs out there. We would never say that there weren't, but I think our profession definitely has a history of CPAs being historians, in which, it's a very common thing that we see where pharmacists or any other industries, they work, they take their receipts, their bank statements down the street to their CPA every couple months, and the CPA recreates that information. So they're basically historians. So a few months after the fact, you get this information to show you how your business operated 3 months ago. So what we're working toward is we're gathering this information daily from you. We're keeping everything reconciled and up to date on a daily basis. So what we're working toward is month-end financial statements that are timely, that can give us useful information on a real-time basis. Information is only good as how up to date it is. It's not easy to make decisions 3 months after the fact. You need that information immediately to be able to see how things are operating. So what we work towards is we gain access to as many of the business accounts as we can. We get, like I mentioned earlier, we gain access to read-only access to your business bank account so that we can keep things reconciled daily. We would like to get access to your wholesaler login so that we can pull those statements and pull those invoices and keep your payable balances up to date. Any of your credit cards, we want to keep those reconciled and online access to pull that information into your accounting file. We pull loan documentation at the end of each month to make sure that we have those loan balances tied in. Access to your accounts receivable third-party system to make sure at the end of the month that we're tying in the money that is owed to you and that we have the right sales amounts recorded. We get audit logs from our clients at the end of each month to make sure that our sales that we're showing on our financial statements make sense and they're in line with, as well as the third-party amounts that are showing. So we're working towards tying in every balance sheet item at the end of each month, like you normally would do for a tax return. What we're working towards is these month-end financial statements. We schedule video calls with our clients. We speak with our clients on the telephone, probably the first time we ever speak to them, and that's it. We like to have video calls so that we can look at them face to face. Your entire team of 3 or 4 people are on those calls so that we can pull your financial information up on the screen for the month. We talk about those numbers. We compare them to similar store size, peers of similar store size, benchmarks from NCPA norms. We talk about things that look out of whack, that look out of line, things that need to be changed, things that look great. And especially with a startup pharmacy, especially in this first year, it's very normal for a startup pharmacy to have a loss in that first year because it does take, for most startups, some time to become profitable. And we want to make sure with your tax prep especially during that first year, that those losses are treated correctly. That's something that we see that's done incorrectly a lot when we have clients come to us that have had their returns those first few years prepared by someone else, or they do themselves because they think there's not a lot of activity that they can handle them themselves. But those losses are treated incorrectly. There's basis limitations and things of that nature that we want to make sure that are handled in the correct manner. Well, of course, we like to see our startups become profitable as soon as possible. Obviously, it takes some time for some because, again, we are startups. They're starting from the ground up. It takes some time to get clients in the door, patients in the door. But at the latest, we tell people, we want to see you profitable in 18 months. Working capital is an issue for a lot of our startup pharmacies. Even those that grow slowly, obviously that's an issue with running out of money. But also what we've seen a lot here recently is a lot of clients that grow rapidly also have a working capital issue. And we want to make sure that we can assist those pharmacies and making sure that we keep their expenses under control so that they have that money to continue to grow and operate. Obviously, with a startup pharmacy, what we're looking for is we want to see after a few months those expenses stabilize. As we continue to look through the financial statements, we should start seeing, I mean, things are going to be kind of crazy there for a few months with some startup expenses, things that are unusual that won't continue each month. But as we continue, we want to see expenses stabilize so those amounts each month are very normal to the month repeating and moving forward. And then obviously the biggest thing is to continue to see the sales increase month over month. It's the most important thing for a startup pharmacy is for these pharmacists to get out there and grow their business and love on their patients. And we need to see the sales increasing dramatically month over month so they can become profitable.